Hey art friends, Kika here. We're going to draw the cloud guy from the movie Trolls in Procreate. We will use the fur and fluff brush set from Bardo Brush. We'll use the Procreate sketching brushes and a color palette. All the links are in the description below and everything's free. We will begin by sketching out the main body of the character, then add color and learn how to use the fur and fluff brush set. After that, we will finish off by adding some details and voila! You have the cloud guy.
Wow!
Don't forget to share your results with me on Instagram. Make sure when you tag me in the description and on the image so that I can see it and also share it. Okay, let's get started. To start off, tap on the plus icon and we will use the paper size. So that's 8.5 by 11 paper size or canvas size. And it's a great canvas size to use because then it's easy to print and you can hang it up or send to a friend. Easy peasy. Okay, I'm gonna grab a gray color and we're gonna go into the sketching folder. You can use any pencil that you'd like. I'm gonna use a 6B pencil because it's a little bit thicker so it's easier to sketch out what we're gonna be drawing today. So the cloud guy is it's a cloud, obviously.
What?
And it's like a triangle shape. So I'm just going to map out, in a sense, a triangle. So you can see how big I want my cloud to be. We got the legs here, and his arms and his face. So I'm gonna add a new layer, because I'm just using that as a reference. And we're gonna start drawing the cloud. What you can do with your first layer where you kind of mapped it out a little bit, you can pull down the opacity down to 20 so you can still see that triangle so you have everything centered, but it doesn't get in your way. So that layer number 2 will be our sketch for our cloud. And lightly pencil in cloud-like fluffs. Pretty much half circles. And have them different sizes. So this one might be a little bit smaller. Let's make this one a little bit smaller. You don't want them all to be equal. I'm gonna erase that. There we go. That will be the top of the cloud guy's head. Make this one medium size. This last one I'm just gonna make it a little bit bigger. Just so that they're all different. And the bottom, you can just make one big one here, or you can have two. I'm gonna just do one big one. Like so. Nice. Okay, I like it. So now that I have my cloud shape, I'm just going to delete this layer 1, that triangle that I drew. Still in that sketching layer, let's add the eyes. I need to zoom in here. And the eyes. Oops. The cloud guy is always making funny faces, squinting, so you can put whatever expression you want. I like his stare expression. Zoom in again. These will be the eyes. Okay. And then even eyebrow. Oh. A little bit of shape. A little bit of an eyebrow in a sense. Off to the side. Giving some fun attitude. And his smile. You can make the smile as big or as small as you'd like. That's good. And the teeth, all the characters in Trolls, their teeth are pretty much just half circled like so. So I'm going to start in the middle, find the middle. So the middle of my smile is about here. The two front teeth will be a little bit bigger. And then the side teeth, same shape, just a little bit smaller. And it looks a little bit funny right now, but I promise it will get better. Get a smile. Okay. What else we need? We need arms, legs, and socks. So I'm gonna have his one arm going down like so. He has these straight purple limbs. Sketch out his hand. So pretty much to sketch out the hand, I'm going to zoom in a bit. Is a rounded off rectangle box. Smooth curves. Here we have his thumb. And then the cloud guy only has 3 fingers. One. And they're kind of funny and long. 2. Okay, make them a little bit thicker. And 3. So we got his thumb. Maybe I'll make his thumb a little bit longer. Like so. We got his hand. Or you can have his hand off to the side, or you can have him holding something. So that's pretty much the basic hand. But let's curve it a bit. Let's erase this. Give you another option. So if you put your hand down beside you, your hand kind of does this. So that's pretty much what we're gonna draw. It's kind of the palm. So we're still gonna have that rectangle shape. The thumb. That's the side. Got your first finger. Like so. And then your second finger, because it's a little bit curved now, let's put it hidden. And the third finger will be shortest or smallest because it's the most hidden, with his relaxed hand. Like that. So his hand is relaxed, just hanging there. I'm gonna erase this, clean it up a bit. You got one funny looking arm. Second arm, make it about the same. Go. And we will have him waving. The cloud guy has noodle-like arms. We're gonna have it come down and up, and then his hand be right here next to his face. So maybe we can draw his hand first, the palm, and then the arm to meet it. So, pencil, sketch out that rounded rectangle for the palm, the main part of the hand. And then we'll add the thumb and the 3 fingers. So we got finger number 1. Finger number 2. Finger number 3. I have mine a little bit squared, rounded square shape. You can have it round. It's just your preference. And his thumb. Oh, we got his waving hand. So now we'll just connect it to his arm. He's with his noodle hand. And I'm just gonna grab the eraser and erase a little bit here so you can see where the arm is being drawn. Erase that. Bring it down a bit. Nice. Okay. We have a waving cloud guy. We need 2 feet, or 2 legs, and 2 socks for feet. So, same idea. Noodle legs. And just like the hand where we have that rectangle styled palm, the feet are pretty much, well, the hands are square-like. The feet are rectangle-like. So pretty much, I'm going to, this will be the heel. And here we got 1 foot. We'll just round it off at the end because he's wearing socks. So we don't have to worry about toes. And the other foot. So we want the heels to be around same level, equally spaced out. Got my rectangle and curved at the end because he's wearing socks. We don't see his toes. So the one sock is always a little bit higher up. It's about here. The other one's always looking like it's falling off. It's curved. So we want the sock just a little bit wider on the top. Give it some fluffiness. Okay. Looks good. Got our sock. We'll add some detail because the sock has those kind of orange stripes. We got his hands, we got his arms. I don't think we're missing anything. Perfect. Okay, we got our sketch. I feel like I would like to move my feet over a little bit with the cloud. So what I'm going to do is tap on the select icon and just outline where the feet are, like so. Tap on the transform tool, make sure it's uniform, and just slide it. Technically, we can put them anywhere. I'm going to turn off my snapping so it's easier to move around. And I'm just going to ever so slightly bring them in the middle more. I think I prefer that. Perfect. Let's add a new layer and start coloring him in. Tap the plus icon, we have layer 2. I'm going to bring this below. And I'm going to, my sketching layer, I'm going to tap on this N and change the color blend mode to multiply. This way, as we color him in, we can still see the outline as we add detail. So that's layer 2, the sketch layer. Blend mode to multiply. I'm going to bring down the opacity. I'm going to bring it down to about 20, but that's just my preference. Some people like it to have it at 50, some people like it at 10, as long as you can see your sketch. So I usually have it around 20, you're good to go. Let's color in our cloud guy. I'm going to use, if you've downloaded the color palette, I'm going to use number 3. It's like a light gray, not white, a little bit off-white. Super light gray, I guess. Or number 3. Tap on your downloaded brush set from Bardo Brush, the Fur and Fluff. We're going to use these 3 brushes, Fluff, Fluff Dark, and Fluff Light. So let's start off with Fluff. Make sure I'm on the right layer, and let's start coloring them in. Because we're coloring in white on white, it'd probably be a good idea to first add the background. So add a new layer, bring it to the very bottom, that'll be our background layer. And I'm going to use this turquoise blue, number 7, from the color palette. It's kind of in the middle here. And just fill that in, fill layer. So now we can clearly see where we're illustrating. Grab that color 3. And the brush, as you color, it gives a fluffy effect. Which is perfect for the cloud guy. The bigger your brush, the more texture you have on the side. The smaller your brush, the smaller the texture is, right? On the side. So the texture is up to you. Which is about, how much percent is that? About 50. Okay, beautiful. Once you make sure that it's all colored in, nice and fluffy, we're gonna turn on Alpha Lock. So tap on that layer where you just colored and tap Alpha Lock. You'll know Alpha Lock is turned on because you have a check mark and it's checkered. We have Alpha Lock, and now we're gonna use Fluff Dark. So we're not changing the color, we're just changing the brush. It's the same brush, but it gives it a darkening effect. So I'm gonna increase my brush a little bit, just to 60. And now, lightly, because the more you go over one spot, the darker it gets. So to start off, we just want to tap lightly. Erase that. And we're going to outline just where these curves are. Actually, I'm going to go back down to 50. Kind of outline our cloud guy. Some shading. And this is how we'll give the cloud guy some dimension and shape, and it'll make it more fluffy. So if you turn off your sketch layer by tapping on that icon, you can start to see where those dark shadows are there, where you drew them. So if I increase my brush size, and on the bottom here, just slowly, slightly, add some shading. Making the outline a little bit more darker so it stands out. And this works with any color. So if you decided to make your cloud pink or blue or purple or green, same idea. You don't change the color, you just use these 3 different brushes. Got the shadows and highlights. So my brush is a little bit bigger, it's about 70%. And don't worry if it looks a little like it's getting a little too dark, because we will add highlights in a minute. So pretty much adding shadow to the bottom of these bubbles. So a little bit here, but more on the bottom here. Added some on the top and a little bit here on the bottom. Here I added because that's the bottom of this bubble. So now I'm gonna add more here. And I'm just ever so slightly going over the entire cloud. And I'll show you why in a second, because we're gonna add in the highlights. That'll really make it pop. Okay, so same layer, still an alpha lock. We're now going to tap on Fluff Light. And same idea. The more you go over one spot, the more white it'll be. So if I use a different color, just to show you, not that we're changing the color of the cloud. Even though it's purple, it's very light. If you use a dark color, doesn't even come up. Orange is very, very light orange. But if I used Fluff, it'll give me the color orange. And if I used Fluff Dark, it'll give me a very dark orange. Okay. Back to the color that we're using. I'm on Fluff Light. And now we want to add highlights ever so lightly, just tapping. On the top of the bubbles that we've drawn, of the fluff bubbles of the cloud, because that's where the light would hit. I'll make it more 3D looking. And I'm just tapping, so it gives it more of that fluffy look. And to try to mix it in more with the original color in the dark. And now just ever so slightly, I'm going to go over the middle too. I'm going to put my brush size to max and just tap around a bit. And don't worry if you went over too much with the light, you're missing some of your shadow. All we have to do is tap on Fluff Dark, bring that brush down at 50-60, and go over here one more time. And even mix in with just the original fluff brush, the original color. And I'll give it that fluffy effect. Look at our beautiful cloud. Super fluffy, 3D dimension. We got shadows, we got highlights. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to turn on my sketch layer again so that I can see the eyes, the face, and the hands. I'm going to create a new layer, and let's start off with the face. I'm going to jump over to our sketching folder, 6B pencil, and I'm going to use purple because his eyes are purple. So purple, oops, don't want to remove that. Which is around here in the light section. Kind of a grayish purple. Okay, zoom in. 6B, yes. And brush size is about 20. You can hold your pencil down and tap with your finger to have a perfect circle, but we want an oval shape. Same idea here. hold your pencil down to get that oval shape and eyelids. One straight line across. Awesome. And now just color this in. Because the cloud guy is a boy, there's no eyelashes or anything like that, no hair accessories. But if you like to change the cloud guy into a cloud girl, you can add some eyelashes, maybe some hair clips in the clouds, like where the hair might be, like right here, you know? You do anything you like. Okay. Now I'm going to draw the eyes like so, because his eyes are purple. This is a little bit thick. I'm going to bring down my brush size to 10. Now, to finish off the eyes, we want to use white here and black. So let's add a new layer below the eyes, above the cloud. We'll use pure white, or you can double tap right there, number 9. Whoops, my color changed for some reason. Pure white. Punk section, that's where the black's supposed to go. The white will go here. You can't see it too much right now, but you'll see the difference in a second once we add more detail. So we got white right there, then we need black, so double tap here for black. You're still in the same layer. Black will go here. Okay, now we need a highlight for the eyes, so back to white, double tap white or number 9, and just pretty much a dot right there and right there. When we zoom out, you can see the difference with white, and especially if you turn off your sketching layer. You can see the white eyes against the cloud now. Now sketching layer back on. Okay, we also would like to draw teeth and a mouth. So let's add a new layer above the cloud layer, below the eyes. And I'm going to go with this light gray. So pretty much double tap, that's white. If you double tap here, it's black. In the middle, it's gray. So I want to go between white and gray. Or you can just use number 1. I'm just going to draw out a line like so. And now we need another layer for the teeth. So that's kind of the mouth, just that one line. The teeth will go below. So click, tap on the cloud layer, new layer. We need pure white, double tap here or pick number 9. And we're going to draw out the teeth. And once we add some shading around the mouth and teeth, the teeth will be more clear and more white. And I'm going to actually erase some of the mouth. So I'm going to go back to the mouth layer, use my eraser. Just erase a little bit. Okay. So if I turn off sketching layer, you can see the teeth. You can see the mouth. We're going to add some shading below the eyes and the mouth layer so that they pop out more. So we're going to tap on the cloud layer again, which is below the eyes and mouth. And we'll go back to fur and fluff. I'm going to tap on fluff dark. Tap on the original color that we've used for the cloud, which is number 3, this kind of light gray. And just lightly tap using that dark brush around the teeth here, so that it becomes more gray, so that you're able to see the teeth better. Ever so slightly. And same idea, I'm going to bring down the brush to about 20 around the eyes. This will give it more dimension and they'll pop up more. Nice. And if by accidentally you added like too much gray, it looks a little bit crazy, don't erase, just tap on fluff. And it will look like you're erasing by just re-adding the original color. Tap on the dark again. There you go. So when you zoom back out, it doesn't look intense, but you can see the eyes and the mouth clearly. Like so. Beautiful. Turn the sketching layer back on. And since we're still on this cloud layer, we have fluff dark, let's add the detail in of this eyebrow forehead. What we'll do, brush size is about 15 to 20%, and I drew 2 lines. I'm going to turn off the sketch layer to see how it looks. I think that's good. I'm going to add a little bit more. It's about 3 strokes I did, and it's dark enough that you can see it. I'm going to increase my brush size. I'm still on the layer cloud. And go over it one more time with a bigger brush. Increase my brush size to about 50 and do that again. Nice. You can see this forehead eyebrow. I'm going to darken up this part a little bit too. Looking great. Okay, sketch layer back on. What are we at? We got arms and legs. New layer. Above the cloud layer for the arms, and the legs will do below the cloud layer. Now we need purple for the arms. So I will go back to the sketching folder, 6B pencil. Purple arms, I'm going to use this number 5, which is pretty much in the middle of like a blue-purple area. And just draw them out. Sketch them out a bit and then color them in. And don't worry about the top part here. We'll cover it so that it looks like it's coming out of the cloud with a fluff brush. I'm going to zoom in for my hand. I'm going to bring down the size of my brush to about 10. Finger 1, finger 2, finger 3, increase my brush size, recolor this in. And don't worry, we'll go over with a darker purple in a second so that we can see the different fingers. Okay, now that's colored in, I'm going to use that darker purple, number 6. So size 10 for brush, and I'm gonna alpha lock my arm. Oh, where did it go? Alpha lock? And outline my fingers. And I don't have to worry about making the hand look any bigger. This is an alpha lock. Okay, you can clearly see the hand, the detail. I'm gonna turn off the sketching layer for a second. My layer is still an alpha lock, and I'm just gonna outline ever so slightly the arm. And I'm gonna go back to number 5, the original purple, turn off alpha lock, and just finish coloring in a little bit more so the cloud, you can't see the cloud for the arm. Beautiful. Turn the sketching layer back on, still the same layer, well, mine's layer 8 for the arm. Let's draw the second arm. Okay, the hand. And color it in. Increase my brush size. So the same idea, we'll turn off the lock, grab that darker purple, and just add in the detail, brush size to about 10, the fingers. And to see it more clearly, I will turn off my sketch layer so you can see. And now what I will do is just add some detail, some shading. So I'm going to increase my brush size to about 40. Maybe actually 80. And add some shading here. In the bottom. Like so. And inner part of the arm as well. Awesome. And now to make it more look like the arms are coming out of the cloud, we'll tap back on the cloud, layer, go back to Fur and Fluff brush, number 3, the original gray, and I'm on the arm layer, so turn off a lock, and just slightly tap on the tops here. So you can add that texture so it looks like it's coming out. Add a new layer, bring it down below the cloud. Turn our sketching layer back on so you can see the legs. Grab that purple. And we need sketching 6B pencil. The trick to getting straight lines is instead of using your wrist, because naturally your wrist starts making a curve, you want to use your whole arm. Or you can hold the pencil down to make a perfect straight line. But I like using just organic lines, and if they're not perfectly straight, it just adds more character to your illustration. So I'm only going to draw that, and now I'm going to grab the sock, or I'm going to use white, pure white for the sock, and then that orange. I'm doing everything on the same layer. If you like, you can use a new layer, but it's not needed. Here's our sock. And the other sock is way up here. And grab the orange color. I'm going to turn on auto lock just to add some. I'm going to turn off my sketching layer. So now I just see the socks. And some detailed orange here. Right there. You need to go under kind of where it bunches there. And then smaller. Perfect. I'm going to grab that dark purple. My brush is still big. And add a little bit of shading up here. Some on this side here. A little bit by the inside of the legs. And I'm going to grab that number 1, that light gray. and just add a little bit of shading to the bottom of the feet and on the back here. Like so. And we are done. You got your cloud guy. Now if you'd like, you can tap on the wrench icon and share it with someone as a PNG or a JPEG through text or on your iPad. Beautiful. Or go ahead and print it. Even better. Thanks for illustrating with me. Please make sure to like and subscribe. This way we can draw again together. I hope you had a lot of fun and enjoyed the process. I look forward to seeing your results. Remember to tag me on Instagram. And see you guys in the next tutorial. Bye!